Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are going to talk about the origin and mythos of Hecatoncheires. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. The Hecatoncheires, also known as the Handers, were the sons of Gaia and Uranus. The names Cottus, Briareus, and Gyges are listed as their given names in the majority of texts. They each had 100 arms and 50 heads, making their appearance exceedingly horrifying. Each of their bodies contained 500 limbs. The Hecatoncheires, together with their brothers, the Cyclopes, were put in captivity by the first rulers of the cosmos, Uranus, and subsequently Cronus and the Titans, who were responsible for the creation of the Titan. They were finally freed by Zeus, with whom they had assisted in the overthrow of the Titans. The name Hecatoncheires comes from the Greek words Hecaton and cheer. However, the early sources that describe the Hecatoncheires never referred to them collectively by this term. Instead, they used the names of the Hecatoncheires members individually. The name Cottus, which was given to the first of the Hecatoncheires, was a common name in Thrace, which is an area to the north of Greece that is notorious for its severe winters and its warlike tribes. There is a possibility that it is connected to the name of the Thracian goddess Cottus. Briareus and Aegean were the two names that were given to the second of the Hecatoncheires. In the Iliad, Homer provides an explanation for the two names by stating that Briareus was the name used by the gods, while Aegean was the name used by mankind. To make matters even more perplexing, the poet Hesiod never refers to him as Aegean, but does use the names Briareus and Briareus for him. The Hecatoncheires, also known as the Handers, got their name from the fact that each of them possessed 100 different weapons. In addition to that, each of them had 50 heads, and their strength was beyond terrifying. The Hecatoncheires were held captive beneath the surface of the earth for a considerable amount of time. Nevertheless, Zeus eventually let them out of their imprisonment. The Titans were defeated by Zeus and the Olympians with the assistance of the Hecatoncheires, who then sent the Titans to the underworld of Tartarus. In some mythologies, the Hecatoncheires eventually settled down in the foundations of the ocean, while in others, they are depicted as becoming the guardians who watch over the Titans while they are imprisoned. The Hecatoncheires were the children of Gaia, one of the first entities in the Greek cosmos and the personification of the earth, and Uranus, the personification of the sky, who was Gaia's consort. Uranus was also the father of the Hecatoncheires. Briareus, the most notable of the Hecatoncheires, weed Poseidon's daughter Sympholia. According to some stories, he is said to have fathered the nymphs Etna and Oileika by her. Briareus was the son of Hecatoncheires. Mythology. The Hecatoncheires were the progeny of the primeval deities Gaia and Uranus. Their names were Cottus, Briareus, and Gyges. Uranus, their father, despised and loathed them because each of them was born with 50 heads and 100 arms. Uranus was responsible for their birth. Uranus, who used to hide them all away in a secret place on Earth so soon as each was born and would not suffer them to come up into the light, imprisoned the Hecatoncheires together with their brothers, the Titans and the one-eyed Cyclopes. Gaia's fury was brought out by the terrible conduct, and she admonished her children to exact revenge on their father. Cronus, the youngest of the Titans, championed her cause and used a sickle to remove Uranus's genitalia. After that, he elevated himself to the position of the new supreme king of the universe. In spite of Cronus's victory, the Hecatoncheires and the Cyclopes remained imprisoned deep inside the earth. They were not released from their confinement until Cronus's son Zeus led an assault on the Titans. According to Hesiod, the Titanomachy had already been raging for 10 years when Gaia told Zeus that he would only win with the help of the imprisoned Hecatoncheires and Cyclopes. This was after Gaia had told Zeus that he would only be able to win with their assistance. After hearing Gaia's recommendation, Zeus took swift action and set free the Hecatoncheires and the Cyclopes. They offered their assistance to him in his fight against the Titans as a token of their thanks. The Cyclopes were responsible for the creation of a powerful bolt of lightning, which they then presented to Zeus as his personal weapon. The Hecatoncheires, in the meantime, took up arms and quickly made short work of the Titans. As a result, Zeus's victory in the Titanomachy was in no small part due to the contributions made by the Hecatoncheires. After that, Zeus ascended to the position of supreme monarch over the entire universe. He took his siblings with him when he moved to reside on Mount Olympus, which is where the new order of gods got their name. They were called the Olympians after the mountain. After that point, very little is known about what became of the Hecatoncheires. According to Hesiod, they moved into a place called Ocean's Foundations. However, Apollodorus reports that the Hecatoncheires served as guards over the Titans while they were held captive in Tartarus. The only member of the Hecatoncheires to have their own unique mythology is Briareus. An account that can only be found in Homer's Iliad describes how Briareus came to Zeus' aid in the past when the other Olympians were plotting to overthrow him. Because Zeus was bound and unable to defend himself, his position as ruler of the cosmos was in danger of being usurped had not the goddess of the sea, Thetis, sought the assistance of Briareus. Briareus, with his 100 arms, quickly freed Zeus from his shackles. Zeus immediately jumped up, seized his thunderbolt, and, with Briareus by his side, compelled the other gods to get back into line. The following is an illustration of a myth that is related in Book 1 of Homer's Iliad. Thetis sends a message to Briareus, asking him to come to Zeus's aid in the event that the other Olympians attempt to overthrow him. There is yet another little-known legend that revolves around Briareus. It tells the story of how the god of the sea, Poseidon, and the god of the sun, Helios, got into a disagreement over some land near Corinth. Briareus was brought in to serve as an arbitrator, and he came to the conclusion that the hilltop location of the city, known as the Acrocorinth, belonged to Helios, while the land that surrounded the city, known as the Isthmus, belonged to Poseidon. According to some other accounts, Briareus was said to have been imprisoned or to have resided underneath Mount Etna in Sicily, and it was said that if he shifted his weight or moved any of his numerous arms, an earthquake would occur. According to a different legend, which has been passed down through the ages and is now only documented on a single fragment of papyrus, Briareus was the first person to create armor. Hesiod's Theogony is the primary source for the mythology of the Hecatoncheires that is used in modern mythology. However, another ancient epic called the Titanomachy had a radically distinct tradition that was kept. Despite the fact that the text has been lost, it is possible to piece together some of the specifics concerning its primary structure. For instance, it described a myth in which Aegeon, whom the Hecatoncheires equated with Briareus, was a son of Gaia and Pontus rather than Gaia and Uranus. Additionally, this version of Aegeon or Briareus was an ally of the Titans rather than the Olympians during the Titanomachy. A handful of texts, the majority of which are Roman, include traces of an alternative tradition in which Aegeon or Briareus fought against the Olympians. You may find traces of this alternative narrative in a handful of sources. The Hecatoncheires, and particularly Briareus, have made cameo appearances in a few different adaptations of works of popular culture. For instance, Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympian series includes a novel called The Battle of the Labyrinth. In this book, the character Briareus plays a significant role. That's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.